Hi there, hello. Today's video is definitely more of like a digital diary entry. I really thought that I would be more ahead, more batched out with summertime and all my extra time off to complete this 90 days of YouTube challenge. But I mean, I should have known. I should have known that I would take on too many extra activities, that I would want to live in the moment and enjoy the summer. So that's been a little bit more difficult to navigate. One activity that I wanted to do over summer holidays was to renovate the kitchen. And obviously, that's an enormous project that monopolizes a lot of your time. But I didn't think it would be like 2 solid weeks. I thought it would maybe be like 5, 7 days. And then I could kind of continue on with all of my other side quests. But of course, that's not how it goes. My urgency and need to do this definitely comes from like one of my beliefs that like your environment is important with how you feel and how you function with everyday life. And obviously a kitchen is kind of the epicenter of a house a lot of the time. I do a lot of the cooking and I really enjoy cooking, and I did find that the kitchen was needing help. And welcome in. This is where we started. A kitchen that kind of felt dark and suffocating. Even though there's this window, I don't know why, it always just felt so dark in there. The dark cabinets are nice though. I feel like they match the age of the house, but the paint is literally peeling off the walls. It's just like bad broken energy everywhere. The plan was simple: take a week, spend about $1,000, give the kitchen a bit of a facelift, and move on with life. You know, sanding, new countertops, fix and repaint the walls, and boom, kitchen makeover complete, right? Well, of course not. It's not that quick. It was not that easy, and definitely was not $1,000. But, I truly believe that your environment needs care and that old energy stays if you don't release it. So, this reno wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about shifting energy. Because, like even feng shui masters say that when walls crack or paint peels, it's more than just cosmetic. It kind of signals decay in the energy field of the room, if you believe stuff like that. So, I don't know, dark, old spaces absorb light, they drain vitality, and it's just kind of like stagnant in tension. So, it was time to let that go. So, somewhere along the way, we decided to completely rework the garbage area, do 4 separate bins for laundry, dog food, garbage, and recycling, which was going to make it a lot more concise and clean. And since we're doing the renovation anyways, it was worth the time and the extra money to get that done. However, that one decision, that one little while we're at it decision, it meant going to IKEA and buying a whole new section of cabinetry, which did double the budget. So just like that, it went from $1,000 to a little over 2 grand. But honestly, definitely worth it. It made the whole kitchen feel more functional, and it was just a weirdly satisfying dopamine hit. But here's where it gets kind of fun. On a total whim, I posted our old countertops and sink and an AC unit on Facebook Marketplace. And honestly, I didn't expect much. Maybe somebody would come pick them up, get a little bit of cash, and save us a dump run. I posted our sink for 20 bucks, the counters for 40, and an AC unit from my old house for 160. And, there's a whole economy of people just waiting to pounce on used countertops and used sinks. So within hours, I had messages. People came, we haggled, they loaded things into trucks, and in the end, I actually made back a few $100, which felt like a tiny win and a fun side quest in the midst of this renovation chaos. So, pro tip, don't just toss your old stuff out until you try selling it. You never know who's out there in need of cheap reno supplies, because, like, the people with the sink, they were just taking it out to their cabin, and that was going to work great for them. And they could use the countertops out in a shed. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody involved. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, my house was definitely still a disaster zone, tools everywhere, dust in places I didn't know that dust could go. I kept saying to myself, it's almost done, for like obviously 2 weeks straight. But here's the thing, I thought I could do this reno and stay on top of my 90-day YouTube challenge, but no, we were definitely behind. And the idea was that I'd batch out all my content ahead, be super productive, and finally become like that girl who has her life together. But the kitchen had other plans. It ate 2 full weeks of my life, and not in a cute, like, oh, hey, I'm building my dream life way, more like a, what is this routine even anymore? And I'm the type of person to feel guilty if I'm not doing 100 things at once, which isn't feasible. I don't know why my brain does that. But, on top of that, it's summertime, and I've been torn between wanting to chase every creative goal and just wanting to be present. Sit in the sun, touch grass, be in the moment, and it's hard. I really, it's really hard to keep up with everything. I've been feeling a little guilty, honestly. Like, haven't been able to keep up with Instagram. My tattoo business has taken a back seat, which I do anyways for the summer. I block this time off purposefully. But there are side projects and side quests I'm super passionate about that they're sitting on the shelf. And then there's this 90-day YouTube challenge, which, if I'm honest, I'm not ahead on anymore at all. Even though I very strategically and thoughtfully set time aside for this, like, what's with the little voice in my head making me feel bad for not being able to do everything all at once? But in the end, the kitchen is done. It's bright, it feels functional, and I'm so excited. The before and after is a huge difference. I'm so pleased that we were able to do it all on our own. So if you're thinking about doing a kitchen reno, just lower your expectations on time, I guess. We'll probably do a part 2 on my new special interest of niche decorative plates, but so far I'm so stoked on the new energy that the kitchen has. It is bright and beautiful and feels like it's ready for a new era. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!